It's 2007's Holiday in Handcuffs. This was a ABC Family original film directed by Ron Underwood, starring Melissa Joan Hart and Mario Lopez, Timothy Bottoms, and June Lockhart. The plot summary is a struggling artist working as a waitress kidnaps one of her customers to bring home and meet her parents at Christmas. So this movie to me, and the reason why I picked it is kind of to represent first of all, I love the film, but it kind of kicked off my love for the genre, I guess you can call it, of Hallmark and ABC Family and Lifetime made for TV holiday films. Every year now, it's like a whole industry, it seems like, where, there'll be 20 to 30 of them that come out every year. But this was one of the original ones for me that I discovered on TV that really, I just really enjoy. I try to watch it every year, but it kind of opened up this world to this whole, again, subgenre of holiday film that to me it really does capture a lot of what the holidays are. I mean, first of all, they are always very cheesy, very over sentimental, very warm. But for me, that is part of what the holidays are. I mean, there's things you cannot escape about the cheesiness of this time of year, but I think that to me is what makes it so special. You can kind of embrace a lot of that sentimentality. Also these movies and this one in particular too, the stories are very cookie cutter. You kind of know what's going to happen when you go in. There's archetypes. There's a formula, right? But that formula can be very comforting, which is again something where the holidays is a time where you do kind of feel comforted by things you expect to always be there, whether it's traditions or seeing the same people. And in this film, it really kind of captures that. And again, this whole kind of genre does. So I'm kind of talking about this whole genre a little bit with this film. And the other interesting thing about this movie is that I first came out in 2007, so I saw it on TV, when I was not young at all, but it's a movie that to me is nostalgic, but not because I watched it as a kid, but it captures that, for me at least, that feeling of being a child where the world is very simple. It is kind of silly. You are do feel overly sentimental. Maybe you're very excited for the cheesy parts of the holiday because that is what as a kid you do get excited about. A lot of the the peripheral, the presents and the decorations and the cookies and all this stuff that is kind of cheesy, but for me at least, this movie kind of invokes that feeling of watching much simpler, silly / kind of stupid holiday films. As there's all these children's TV specials that I watched as a kid, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas or Care Bears and the Nutcracker. And I think the tone of these Hallmark branded, holiday films really do kind of capture that tone where you feel like you're now an innocent kid again watching these movies. And that to me is something that's very important about the holidays, is that feeling of nostalgia. And it's just interesting as I was thinking about this and this whole genre, I'm nostalgia for something that I'm seeing that's new, but it invokes a feeling of childhood. So I'm nostalgia for those feelings. Every year when I watch even, a brand new Hallmark or Netflix made for TV holiday movie, it makes me feel like a kid again. And all those things about the holidays that you love as a kid before you grew up, and there's other things kind of get in the way of enjoying the season. So that for me is why this film in particular, because it kicked off this whole love of this genre for me. But still to this day, whenever I watch it, it does kind of invoke the making me feel like I'm a kid and getting excited for those cheesier aspects of the holidays. So yeah, it's not a good film. So again, like I said, this list is not about best quality of the films because it is dumb and it's a made for TV movie and it's cheesy and all these things. But a lot of the things about the holidays to me are that, very outwardly emotional and yeah, cheesy in a sentimental type of way.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a cottage industry for sure, headed by Vanessa Hudgens right now. So I'm definitely a proponent of this subgenre. I have not seen this particular movie. I think I have to go check it out. The premise actually sounds kind of interesting and something different from what I've seen these movies to normally have. Well, I guess it's a take on somebody brings somebody home for Christmas. Now that I'm saying it, but I like the food angle, I suppose, on it. So I'll have to check it out. No, I think there's something that resonates, what you're saying about the nostalgia for nostalgia. And I'd never thought about it this way as to why these movies resonate and why they've become an industry. I think it is that they tap into this unadulterated, non-cynical view of the holidays that's sort of very pure. And no matter who you are, you have a little bit of that in you. And that's why they connect to such a broad audience. And they're fun and they're great. I think, for me at least, great passive viewing, things during the holiday, where there's a lot going on. There are people coming in and out, or there's some sort of anxiety, in the air. And I think these movies do a really good job in cutting through that, and just giving you something light and cheery, pretty to look at, revel in that nostalgic feeling, like you said. So no, I'm for it.
Yeah, great background TV. That's a really good point too. It's like sort of you throw on an album of like Christmas carols or something, or holiday music, and it's just there in the background, creates the atmosphere. You're doing a bunch of other things. Throw on like, Lifetime or Hallmark or ABC Family. Right now it's Freeform, but on in the background, and these things will just run, and it's great atmosphere for the holidays. I definitely agree with you there.
Yeah.
Hey there, it's Alex. If you like the review and discussion Karan and I just had, make sure you subscribe to our channel, Movies That Shaped Us, to get full episodes. Every other Wednesday, Karan and I cover a topic around important people, places, events, and moments in our lives, and then explore it through 3 of our favorite movies. Subscribe right now, or follow our podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts via the link in the description below. Hope you join us for the journey.